Good morning, friends. So let's start our Sunday video. As always, let's divide the discussion in three parts: world markets, Indian markets, and stocks. So let's start with the world markets first. Dow Jones, Nasdaq, S&P, week on week, all three closed in positive. But what was important was the way they rebounded back during the week. Right? Let's see the highs and lows. The low is 51,594. Nasdaq low is 24,456 and S&P 73,10. So they all recovered 2 to 3% from the lows. Otherwise, they would have closed in the red. Remember, Friday there was a sharp rally in all the three indices, especially the chip maker stocks coming back on Thursday. Now let's take it forward to the main chip markets, Nikkei, Kospi and Taiwan. Now remember this thing, that Korean markets are virtually behaving as a small cap stock. They are down by 20%, they are up by 15% in a day. And if you people are really worried or surprised, it is because it's a two stock index. Please remember, Samsung and LG, they hold the highest weightage when it comes to the Korean stock market. But Taiwan market is also moving up and down with the chip market stocks because they are basically chip maker semiconductor markets. But again, the surprise element was the way they rebounded back from the lows. However, Nikkei, Kospi and Taiwan all closed negative. But just see the number of Kospi. It closed 1.5% week on week negative. Low was 5304. High was 6762 and where we closed 6690. That means almost at the high of the week. It recovered back all the losses that it suffered during the week. Remember, it had come down by 20%. So good thing for Kospi, it recovered. Now same example with Taiwan. 43,654 where it has closed, down by 1.5%. See the lows, 39,384. See the high, 43,686. At the highest point of the week, almost flat. But if you see the low, it was down by 13%. So very sharp recovery, as I said, in semiconductor stocks as well as your chip making stocks. So that was the thing. Noticeable points. Let's discuss few noticeable points. First, Russell 2000. I don't know how many of you follow it. It's like our small cap index, Nifty small cap index. It is US small cap index, has gained the maximum this year. It's up by 18%. And from the days of Iran war, it is up by 15%. Whereas Dow Jones is up by 7%. That means the rally is shifting. It's getting broader, which is a very good sign for the markets. The more the rally gets broader, the better it is for the underlying market. So US charts are not weak at all. Yes, Kospi and Taiwan are volatile, but charts are not weak at all, believe me. Another noticeable point, Hang Seng. Fourth week in a row. Last time I told you third week in a row. This time fourth week in a row, it has closed positive. In fact, this time the gain was highest in last 3 weeks, week on week. It is up by 3.5%. What does this tell you? European markets for the second week closing in positive. What does tell you? The risk is coming back. The risk is coming back on the table. Global markets are starting to move up. Equity is starting to come back. But more importantly, this is happening when still there is no relief on the front of bond yields in US. 10-year bond yield still above 4.6. Crude still above 85. This means that people have started living up now. Remember what used to happen with Russian-Ukraine war? Pehle 3-4 mahine, 6 mahine, people used to react. Then people said, we will have to live with this. It's getting now into that zone. Similarly, COVID. When COVID hit us, we were all surprised. It was such a big event. We were all surprised, shut down at homes. But 3 months down the line, market started realizing that it has to live with it. And now it is happening with US-Iran war. See, I am not saying that crude may not go to 100, can go to 100. But now you will not see the same reactions from the Indian stock market also, believe me. Because every cause, historically it is proven for every cause, every time market cannot come down with the same reaction. Markets start living with it. Markets start finding new leaders. And this is the truth. Let's see our indices then. Nifty 2.5% up. First week of August series, 3 days in a row, we have been moving up, which is a very good sign for us. We have been consolidating, going up. But remember one thing very importantly, and that is crucial when I come to Nifty. Remember, I'll tell you what this very important thing to discuss. When it comes to Bank Nifty, it was only up by 1%. So second week in a row, Bank Nifty has underperformed Nifty. Now what does this tell you? Crude factor in. Remember, crude is above 85. People are factoring in. Even though the results of banks were very good, banks are not getting the same response. The reason is because people are factoring in higher inflation. RBI may be taking some steps in a longer duration. Maybe things are becoming expensive for us because crude, after all, is an important ingredient for our economy. So that's why, remember, when banks move up, economy gives you a face. And right now, banks are not moving up. Then what is moving up? I'll come back to that also. But good point was, Nifty mid cap, Nifty small cap moved up both by 2%. Yes, they underperformed the Nifty, and the reason comes now. The reason for underperforming Nifty, the mid caps, was FIs coming back. Can you believe this? FIs have come back and they have bought in last 3 days almost 6,000 crores. But remember two things. This is not going to help us. We want this on continuous basis. We want them to continuously buy. We don't want them to sell at all. If not buy, even not selling will help. DIs were sellers in between in last 4 days, 1 or 2 days. That is what is making sure that mid caps underperform the large caps. But remember, whenever FIs will pump in money, large caps will move up. And this is when their favorite stock, HDFC Bank, is not moving up. Because HDFC Bank has the highest holding of FIs, remember that. But let's see how the things proceed. But two things good, they are covering up index futures and they are buying in cash, they are buying in stock futures. This is the best scenario for Indian markets right now. Correct? That is why you are seeing the large caps outperforming the mid caps.